All right, so while waiting for the others, so this is now your chance to ask a question. So any questions so far?
None, sir.
Yes, Mr. Dai.
Sir, pwede ba mag-test kung gumagana yung circuit dito sa Eagle? Hindi.
No, no, no. That's the reason why actually before proceeding to the Eagle CAD, you should do it first on the breadboard. Kaya nga dapat meron muna kayo ng manual schematic layout on the paper and then do it on the breadboard. Okay. And then, test it out if it's really working. Unless you can already imagine that it will work, okay, if the value per resistor is like this or like that, and so on and so forth.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I'm not just sure, but I guess so 50-50. Meron kasing simulator na parang nakita ko dati. Fusion ba yun? But that's a different app, I guess. So I'll search more on other applications if we can simulate whatever is the one that we have designed on EOGAD. So I'll inform you guys if we can simulate it. Yan na po ba yung mga simulator natin? Yan. Naliban sa LT Spice. Well, LT Spice is just for checking the voltage output, current output, power output.
Yung Proteus, sir.
So
Proteus 8.
Proteus is, yeah, I think Proteus is one application that you can create your schematic and then at the same time test it if it's really working or no. Because you can use the Proteus to program your schematic with the use of Arduino. So very useful yung Proteus kapag connected siya sa mga ICs or sa mga abang tawag dito. Ano pa mga tawag doon? Atmel, Arduino, Raspberry, microcontroller. Yeah, microcontroller processors. But in here, just for ICs. I guess we don't have Arduino in here.
Microcontroller. At meron.
At mga atmel lang meron dito eh. Yeah, this is just an IC or microcontroller, but not the same with Arduino, wherein you can program it as it is. So this one is pre-programmed, I guess, like Mega 32. I'm not sure. I haven't used Mega 32 in my life, but maybe this one is also programmable. Anyway, so any other questions or concerns so far before we continue our tutorial on how to use EagleCAD? Questions or clarification? All right, so I guess there's no more question. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do, okay, upon having or starting your project, okay, so wala pa tayong nilalagay. So just add the frame for now, okay? So asterisk, frame, asterisk, okay? So by default, you already have this category frames. So you can put the letter L, okay? And then just click OK. But in my case, I will use the Sparkfun aesthetics. And I will use the letter. So this frame letter is the same with this letter L. Okay. And put it on the bottom left of your schematic interface. So as you guys can see, I already hit the left click on my mouse and then already have my frame. But I can add another PCB frame, okay, or PCB design layout or schematic layout. So just click escape to remove this one, okay, because we only need one. Then it will lead you back to the adding components. All right, so that's the first thing. And then just put it on the bottom left, and then hit escape. And then step 2, okay, you have to save your well, this is just a reminder. You can save it after or once you're done with your schematic layout. But just in case, you know, it is a lot better if you will save your project from time to time. Okay, so this is one thing that you guys need to be careful. You guys need to be wary about is in saving your component in here is not done by Control S. Okay. So let's see what is a shortcut key for saving a component. Okay, so it's not even here. So that is why in saving a component, okay, well, I guess you can create a new one. I guess no. So it's not really possible to assign a shortcut key for saving. Okay, so to save this one, just hit this floppy disk. Okay, so you should do it manually. So from time to time, okay, just click this floppy disk. So upon clicking that one, it will give you this interface wherein it will ask you where do you want to save it and what is the name of that schematic layout. So I'll just name this one the same as the name of my project, which is Project Eagle. And it's under the folder projects. And then click save. So the same with the board layout. So just save this one from time to time. Okay. And for you to be able to check whether it's already saved or no, just go back on the control panel. So in here, you'll be able to see that you have the schematic layout. I mean, right here, schematic layout, and then the board layout. All right. You can even add a description if you want. So just click edit description, and then it will give you this interface wherein you can say here created at June 23, 2021. So you can even highlight it or bold a certain text. So, created by Daniel Paul Sabega. So this is the sample text that you will see. Okay, so you want to put this on the bottom or below this created at match 20. So put here paragraph. So there you go. And then what is this project all about? So just put here the description, then click OK. Oops. Hmm. Why is it not showing up properly? Well, in here, it's bold, okay? And it's on the other paragraph. What if it's bold only? Anyway, I guess that's a bug. Yeah, but you can add a description or anything that you want. All right, so let's now go back with the schematic. So now that you have the frame, you can now start adding some components. Okay, so let's just say that we will add these components. Okay, so we have here 0.5 millimeter barrel jack, okay, PTH, and then 0.1 microfarad ceramic capacitor. And then we have here a voltage supply and then a ground symbol. And then their quantities. Okay, and then the library where those components came from. So in here, we will import. Okay, we will import some library because by default you guys do not have or we do not have this Sparkfun library, Sparkfun connectors, Sparkfun capacitors, Sparkfun statics, etc., etc. Okay, so how to add or how to download a library? So just go to the component, okay, or add a part, and then open library manager. So I will just delete the Sparkfun for now. So in my case, it's already in use since I have already downloaded it, but I will remove it for now. All right. So the first thing that you need to do is go to available. Okay. And it's still loading because it's still updating the library. So for you to be able to download a library, so of course you should have an internet. Okay. And then once you have already downloaded it, and then you can now work offline. So just wait maybe a minute, 30 seconds to 1 minute. So are you guys already on the Spark Library Manager?
Papunta pa lang, sir.
Okay. So again, just go to component and then open Library Manager and then go to available. So there you go. So it says here done loading libraries. And then just search for the Sparkfun. So as you guys can see, we have a lot of Sparkfun libraries. So we have Sparkfun aesthetics, Sparkfun batteries, capacitors, connectors, etc., etc. Okay, so we even have the others, which is word capacitors, burst connectors, word connectors, word components, word LEDs, etc., etc. So the one that we need to import or download is the Sparkfun. So going back here, so we need the Sparkfun connectors and then Sparkfun capacitors, and lastly is Sparkfun statics. So right here we have the Sparkfun capacitor. So just click that library and then hit use. Okay. And then it will download that library and then it will be imported to our default library. And then we also need Sparkfun connectors. Just click use. And what else? Sparkfun aesthetics. And then just click use. All right. So have you guys already downloaded or imported those libraries?
Yes, sir.
So for you to be able to check if if you've really downloaded it or if it's really on your library already, so you can go to in use and then start looking for those libraries. So in here we have the Sparkfun aesthetics, Sparkfun capacitors, and then Sparkfun connectors. So in my case, I have also already downloaded the Sparkfun IC microcontroller and then Sparkfun LED. But for now, just consider downloading this three for now. So we'll go over on those two later on. So once you're done with that, so just hit X. And then you can now go and search for the 5.5 millimeter barrel jack. Okay, so just take note that some of the description name of this component is not exactly the same. Okay, so maybe due to updates, because before we only have EagleCAD 6.0 or 7.0, but right now we have EagleCAD 9 point something. So as time goes by, maybe they've also updated some of the names or descriptions of that component. So in here, let's try to look for the 5.5 millimeter barrel jack. So go to components and between this asterisk or wildcard, just type barrel jack and hit enter. And then it will lead you to this library, of course, Sparkfun connector since it's under this library. And then just click this power jack and then it will give you many kinds of power jack. So in my case, I will just use the first one. Okay, power jack PTH. And then just click OK. And then I'll put it on the upper left. Okay, and then hit escape. All right, so we now have the power jack in here. So have you guys already done this one? Do you already have the power jack?
Yes, sir.
How about the others? All right, so the next one here is capacitor, which also came from Sparkfun Capacitors. So we need 0.1 microfarad. So under the add components, okay, I'll put here cap, this cap only, capacitors, and hit enter. And then look for the library of Sparkfun. So here, Sparkfun capacitors. So I have here 0.1 microfarad. So I'll open this tab or this portion. And then I'll use, well, actually you can use any of these five, but in my case, I'll just use the first one. Okay, so all of them are 0.1 microfarad. But in my case, I'll just use the first one. Then I'll put it right here. Right? So we only need one. So just hit escape. Then the next one is VCC and ground. So take note, yes, we have also downloaded or imported the library Sparkfun Aesthetics. And if you're going to take a look the VCC, okay, so the Sparkfun Aesthetics will not give us the VCC. Okay, so I don't know, maybe just some kind of error. So take note, this one, the tutorials that we are following right now came from Sparkfun. Okay, so this is also their own library. So I'm not sure. Maybe they have removed the VCC and ground on the Sparkfun Aesthetics library. So in this case, we'll just use a generic VCC. Okay, so we can go to supply one, okay, and then have this VCC. All right, so just click OK, and then let's put it right here. So we only need one, and then two ground. Okay, so in adding a ground, just change this VCC into GND, and then hit enter, and then go to supply one, and then I will use this one, the second one, the GND. Okay, so you can use any of those. It's just that they have different symbols. But in my case, I'll just use this one. This one is much more simpler. Okay, click OK, and then we need to. So left click, then hit escape. All right. So do you guys already have this kind of components? Power jack, VCC, capacitor, and then two grounds. All right. Okay, so very good. The next one right here is adding a microprocessor and then other supporting circuitry. So we need at Mega 328P, 1/4 resistors, 5mm LEDs, 0.1 microfarad, and then VCC and then ground. So in here, we have to download the library Sparkfun Digital IC and Sparkfun resistors. So this is again another thing that you need to know. So Sparkfun Digital IC is nowhere to be found on the available library. Okay, so what I did is I added or I imported a different components. So in my case, it's already in use. So the name of that one is Sparkfun IC microcontroller. Okay, so I need you guys to use this one or download this Sparkfun IC microcontroller. So it is the same. It is the same with the Sparkfun Digital IC. So you can also find the Atmega 328P on the Sparkfun's IC microcontroller. Done. So once you're done with that, just add also this one, Sparkfun resistors. So import this one also. And then the last one is Sparkfun LED. So you guys have to add that one also. So in total, we have added 3 libraries. So Sparkfun, IC microcontroller, and Sparkfun resistors, and then Sparkfun LED. So in my case, I already have those on my library. So let me know once you have already imported those 3. Hello? So how was your progress, guys? Done? Okay, so
Done,
Mr.
sir.
Joshua is already done. Okay, very good. So once you're done importing those libraries, then you can now search for the components. So first is at Mega 328P. So between the asterisks, just type at Mega 328. And then it will lead you to the library Sparkfun-IC-microcontroller. So in here, I will use the second one at Mega 328P PDIP. Okay, then just click OK. So to pan, let's say you want to go on the side or right side or upper or bottom, just hold your scroll wheel, okay, and then start panning. All right, zoom in to zoom out is also the scroll wheel. So I'll put the at Mega 328P at the middle, okay, and then hit escape. And then the next one is 1/4 W resistors. So we need 4. So in this case, I'll just type here res and then hit enter. And then just look for Sparkfun resistors. Where is that? Sparkfun resistor. There you go. So in here, Sparkfun resistors. So in here, you'll be able to find the, where is that one? 1/4 W resistors. So in this case, right here. So we have two 1/4 W. So we have 1/4 W 0.22 ohm and then 1/4 W 0.75 ohm. Since the description is, quite confusing, so we're not sure which one to choose. So I'll just go with 0.22 ohm. Okay, so 0.22 ohm 0805-1/4 W, 1%. Let's click OK. And then we need 4 of this. Okay, so the thing that I will do is I will rotate this resistor. So just hit right click, okay, and then left click. So 1, 2, and then 3. So 3 on that side, and then the other one is on the upper left of the microcontroller. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So 4 resistors.
Anong resistor ulit yun, sir?
So once you're done with that, yes, so 4 resistor. So 3 on the bottom right, and then 1 on the upper left of the microcontroller.
What kind of resistor
So
ulit, sir?
1/4 W. Wait, balikan natin. So that one is 0.22 ohm dash 0805-1/4 W, 1%. So were you guys able to find it?
Got it, sir.
Okay, so 3 on the bottom right and then 1 on the upper left. So just in case you have already put the 4 resistors on the bottom right, so you can move it. So just click this move and then look for the crosshair. And then once it's glowing, then you can now move it. Right? So the next one is 5mm LEDs. Okay, so it's under the library of Sparkfun LED. So the name of that one is LED 5mm. So let's try to search the name of that one. LED 5mm. So there you go. So under Sparkfun LED, open the category of LED and then LED 5mm. So just hit OK. And then we need 3 LEDs. So 1, 2, 3. So I put them on the upper portion of the resistors. Finish. So the name of that one is LED 5mm. All right, so how about the others? Sir Inigo is already done.
Finished.
Okay, Mr. Joshua is already done. Mr. Brian, Ms. Daryl. All right. The next one is adding a 0.1 capacitor. So as you guys can see, this 0.1 microfarad capacitor is the same with the last component we have added. So in that case, I'll just copy this one. Okay, I'll just copy this one. So just left click this copy right here and left click this component. And I'll put it, where is the proper position of this one? Okay, just here for now. There you go. All right. So just one capacitor. And then we have to add 2 VCC and then 4 grounds. So in this case, I'll just add and, or I'll just copy rather. So 2 VCC, I'll just copy this VCC. I'll put the other one right here and I'll just copy one more. And then the other one will be right here. And then we have to add 4 grounds. So again, I'll just copy, and then ground. So I'll put the ground on the bottom right. So one right here, copy again, another one right here, copy again, and then another one right here. And then for the last one, copy again, and then I'll put the other one right here. Okay, at the bottom left of our Atmel 3280. So are you guys already done?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the next thing, okay. So before we proceed to the next one, okay, let me just discuss this one shortly. So you guys keep on seeing this PTH, okay? So sometimes we also have NPTH. So PTH stands for plated through hole, okay, like this one, okay. Maybe like this one, okay. So it has a hole and then it's plated, okay. Well, this one is also plated, but the hole, okay, the one that is inside of this layer should be also covered with copper, okay. So that is why it's called through hole. So it has copper all the way down, okay, connecting on the bottom portion of your PCB. And then we have the NPTH, which is, which is just a simple hole, okay, which doesn't have a plate or copper, okay. So the reason why we have NPTH is maybe this is where you screw, okay. This is where you put your screw for you to, put it on one position only, Okay, so that is its permanent position. While the others, so this is where you put the other components. Okay, that's why it has copper in it. Right? So what is the difference between making an NPTH or PTH for the PCB? So NPTH are drilled after the electroless copper process, while PTH are drilled before that. Okay, so that's how you create a PTH and NPTH. All right. So in step number 4, so you should have this kind of components. So just take note that I have missed. Okay, so this is my fault. So I have missed to include the grounds in here. Okay, so I have only included the 2 VCC, but I forgot to include the 4 grounds. So 1, 2, 3, and then another ground here, which I already have right now. All right. And for the step number 5 is adding the connectors. Okay, so in here we have to add a header, 8-pin header, and then a 2x3 header, 6-pin header, and then 2 VCC, and then 2 grounds. So yeah, since we don't have enough time anymore, so we will stop right here, and then we'll just continue the rest next meeting. Well, I encourage you guys to do this one on your own. So they are super self-explanatory. Okay, so after adding this one, then you will have those connectors or pins. And then you can now start wiring them, etc., etc. Right, so that's it for now. We'll just continue the rest next meeting. Right, this coming Friday.
Sige, sir.